Hello students, welcome to the class of Technomethics. Here ABCD is a parallelogram which is given to you, and this question is taken from coordinate geometry. Okay, just to recall and as a revision we can take this question because this is a good question which I thought to brought it up in front of you. So my dear friends, ABCD is a parallelogram which is given to you, and it's also given the coordinates of the all these 3 points A, B, C. All these three vertex is given to you. The coordinate of A is 6 and 1. The x coordinate is 6 and y is 1. Similarly for B, the x coordinate is 8 and y is 2, and x coordinate of C is 9 and y is 4. Y coordinate is 4, and the coordinate of D is not known to you. Okay, so this is a question mark. Okay, this is not known to you. My dear friends, we can see the additional data given to you into the question is that the three vertices of the parallelogram are whose coordinate is known is A, B and C. Now the it's also given that E is the midpoint of DC. So DC is this line which is parallel to AB, and here there is a point. Okay, there is a point whose name is E, which is exactly the midpoint of DC, right? This is given to you, my dear friends. Now we need to find the area of a triangle. Which triangle? Area of the triangle ADE. ADE. This is A, this is D, this is E. So we need to find the area of this triangle, right? Area of this triangle ADE. My dear friends, if we were knowing all the coordinates, then it was very easy to calculate the area of this triangle. Okay, but here we are not knowing the coordinates, all the coordinates, and D is a variable to us. So just to find the, let me write the requirement first. Area of the triangle A D E need to be calculated. This is the requirement, my dear friends. So here we will be using the property of parallelogram. Okay, this question can be solved by two methods. Because you are knowing the coordinates of A and C, we know that we can draw the diagonal here like this. We know that diagonal of parallelograms intersect each other or basically bisect each other. Okay, so similarly from C to B to D, it is intersecting over here somewhere, and just find the, you just equate the lengths, you just find the midpoint first, and using this O point and B you can calculate the coordinates of D, but that will be little tedious. We will be going with the method 2. What is method 2? That will be our method 1 basically, which we are going to solve today. Through which, you know, my dear friends, the property of a parallelogram, a diagonal of a parallelogram divides a parallelogram into two triangles of equal area. I mean to say, here the parallelogram ABCD is given to you. And if AC is the diagonal, then can we say that this is equal to two triangles of equal area? That means if parallelogram area is divided by 2, this area will be equal to the area of the triangle ABC. Triangle ABC, right? And this is also equal to area of triangle ADC, isn't it? Tell me. If this is happening, this will make our solution very, very easier. You know how? Because two triangles will be formed. One is this one, and another is this one. Now, the second step which we are going to solve. Why we have taken this? Because we are knowing the coordinate of A, we are knowing the coordinates of B, we are knowing the coordinates of C. So this, using the formula of a triangle, it's very easy to calculate the area of the triangle ABC. And if we are going to calculate the area of the triangle ABC, this will be equal to the area of the triangle ADC, right? So using, we can equate that area. We can use the value of triangle ABC, area of the triangle ABC, because you are knowing the coordinates of ABC, and that will be equal to the area of the triangle ADC. And once we calculate the area of triangle ADC, I mean to say the triangle which is just above this one. Once we are going to calculate or having the area of triangle ADC, then this will help you to calculate the area of the required triangle ADE. How? I will be telling you. This will be easier to calculate. Let me explain how. First, calculate the area of the triangle ABC. Area of the triangle ABC, it's very simple. Using the formula, if you remember the formula of a triangle, if x1 y1 x2 y2 and x3 y3 are the three coordinates, right, then area of the triangle is half of mod of x1 into y2 minus y3. Use the cycle formula as we discussed earlier. If you consider the circle, and these are the 3 points 1, 2 and 3. If you are taking x1, then y2 minus y3 going into the cyclic way. So that's why x1 y2 minus y3 plus, again the next one is x2. If you are taking x2, after this next is you going into the cyclic order 3 and 1. So into the formula it will be y3 minus y1, 3 and 1, right? Plus, after we have taken x1 and we have taken x2, now go to 3. From 3, if x3 is taken, the next y will be 1 and 2. So just write it, x3 y will be y1 and y2. So this is just to remember the formula. You just use this. Okay. Now my dear friends, just put up the values very simply. So it will give you, this will give you area of the triangle ABC, area of triangle ABC as equal to half of, put the values immediately, x1 is 6, right? y2 minus y3. What is y2? y2 is 2 and y3 is 4. So it will become 2 minus 4, right? 2 minus 4 plus the next is x2. x2 is 8. Just put up the values, nothing more than that. Okay, I'm simply putting up the values. 8 into 4 minus 1. Why 4 minus 1? Because this is y3 is 4 and y1 is 1. This one. y1 minus y2. y1 minus y2, x3 into y1 minus y2 is the next one. So that will be, what is x3? x3 is c, that is 9, right? Into y1 minus y2, that is 1 minus 2. Because y1 is 1, y2 is 2. Now my dear friends, we have almost solved the area of the triangle. We have almost derived it. Half of, into this, you can see 2 minus 4 is minus 2. Minus 2 into 6 is minus 12. I think this step is not very much important to write, so immediately I am writing it. Plus 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 into 8 is 24, right? 1 minus 2 is minus 1. Minus 1 into 9 is minus 9. So my dear friends, this will give you half of 24 minus 12 is 12 and 12 minus 9 is 3. So this will give you the area of the triangle ABC, area of triangle ABC, whose value is equal to 3 by 2, right? So just write 3 by 2. So here we have derived the area of the triangle ABC. Now this is calculated, then what is the area of triangle ADC? This is also the same. That means the area of the triangle ADC, this one is also equal to this, you will have the same value. So this is also equal to, so we can write area of the triangle ADC. I am just saying the triangle above the diagonal AC. Okay, I am saying this area, this one ACD or ADC. This is also equal to 3 by 2. I think till this step is all the steps is clear or understandable to you? Any query you can just put up into the comment box, my dear friends. Now, if you are knowing the area of the triangle ADC and this is given that E is the midpoint, then DE is equal to CE, isn't it? This data is given to you that E is the midpoint, right? If E is the midpoint, then definitely DE is equal to CE. And if you are going to calculate the area of triangle ADE, which is required, this one, then half of base into height. We know the formula. Half of area of triangle ADE is equal to half of base. Base, that means DE is the base into height, isn't it? Any doubt into this formula? We all are knowing it. And what is the height? If you draw a perpendicular from A towards CD, right? And this is 9, and just extend the line CD, right? This will be 90 degree, and let us say A to O is this point, and H will be the height of this triangle, right? H is the height of this triangle. Now, let me squeeze a little. I think it's visible properly. Now, my dear friends, if this is the height, then area of the triangle ADE is half of base, if DE is considered a base, and H will be the height. And for the second triangle ACE, because all these two triangles are part of the triangle ADC. This is ADC. Okay, I am saying this triangle ADC, right? For both the triangles, one of the triangle whose base is DE, which we are going to calculate here, into H, and that is also equal to, will be equal to the area of half of EC base into H, isn't it? So it will be equal to half of base, that means if DE is considered once, then it will be CE into H, right? Now, this will give you two things. What are the two things? That you can see that area of triangle, this is the area of triangle, which triangle? ADE. This is the area of triangle ADE, right? And what is this? Half into CE into H. Half of CE into H is the area of the triangle ACE. This is area of triangle ACE. Now, you can see both of these two triangles consist of this entire triangle ACD or ADC. So, if these two triangles consist of this white portion and this light green shaded portion, then this part 1 and this part 2, right? I am writing it. The first one as part 1, this one, and this is part 2. Both are added together. This one is added with 2 to give you the bigger triangle, which is ADC, and whose area is ADC, whose area is known to you, right? So when these are added, you will get this area ADC. This is the same triangle ADC, right? Now we can say that DE and CE are the bases of the triangle, and we know that DE is equal to CE. This portion DE is equal to CE. If both of these are equal, can we say that this entire area is equal to this area? So with this, we calculate that area of triangle ADE is equal to area of triangle ACE, right? So can we write that triangle ADC, area of triangle ADC is not only the sum of ADE and ACE, but we can write it is a sum of ADE and ADE two times. I hope you understand the step. Here you can see DE and CE both are equal. DE and CE both are equal. DE is equal to CE. This is DE and this is CE, right? These are equal because E is the midpoint. I have written it. So that's why this DE will be equal to this CE, right? So that means area of the triangle ADE will be equal to ACE because H is the another component and this height is same for both the triangles ADE and ACE, right? So we can write that area of triangle ADC, the bigger one which consists of these two triangles, is equal to ADE plus ADE. So we can write it as 2 times area of triangle ADE. We are going to calculate area of triangle ADE and we have calculated ADC. ADC is what? 3 by 2. You can see here 3 by 2. So just put up the value 3 by 2 and this 2 will be going to the denominator, right? So this will give you the area of triangle ADE. We are knowing the ADC as 3 by 2. Put up the value over here. 3 by 2 is the area of triangle ADC, this one. So this is 3 by 2 and this 2 is coming to the denominator of LHS. So whole divided by 2 will give you the area of triangle ADE, right? And which is equal to 3 by 4. So my dear friends, area of triangle ADE as colored into the fluorescent is calculated as 3 by 4. Area of triangle ADE, this marked 1, is calculated as equal to 3 by 4. This is your answer, my dear friends. This is your answer. So the area of this 3 by 4 is the basically area of this portion number 1, right? This is 3 by 4. 3 by 4, my dear friends, 3 by 4, right? So how we have just solved this question, my dear friend? This can be done into the by method 2 also. This was method 1 where we calculated the area of the first triangle ADE and this is calculated, let me write it over, equal to 3 by 4. 3 by 4, right? So my dear friends, this can be also solved by another method where we are knowing the coordinates of A and C. We are knowing the property of a diagonal that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Then if you are knowing the coordinate of A and C, we can calculate the coordinate of O. This is the midpoint, right? Because the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other, right? So that means if this is 6, this is 9, then coordinate of x, coordinate of O is 9 plus 6, 15 by 2. 15 by 2. And what is the y coordinate? 4 plus 1 by 2, that is 5 by 2. Now my dear friends, if this is the midpoint, this is the extended point B, can't we calculate the coordinates of D, x and y coordinates, right? So in this way also, if you are knowing the coordinate of this, then definitely by calculating the ADC area, we can have the area of the entire shaded region 1 and 2, this one, 1 and 2, and divided by both of these triangles can be divided as equal because area of triangle ADE is equal to ACE, which we have proved over here because the height is same and this is DE is equal to CE, right? So area of triangle ADE is calculated as 3 by 4. So in the by method 2 also you can solve it, right? So in this way we can just close the session for today, my dear friends. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye. Happy learning. Good luck for your examinations. See you into the next class.